because of the nature of the universe we live in, there is a version of you on one or more of the infinite timelines that exist in the quantum field, experiencing exactly what you desire. Welcome to Abundant Universe, your go-to podcast for becoming your most empowered, powerful, abundant, truest, and highest possible self through self-mastery, quantum healing, spiritual activation, soul expansion, and ascension. Here we talk about your self-concept, subconscious beliefs, science, spirituality, mindful manifestation, magic, mysticism, remembering and embodying who you really are, and all things esoteric. I'm your friendly neighborhood self-mastery and mindful manifestation mentor, energy alchemist, quantum healer, spiritual ascension activator, and host, Elle Brandlin. And today we're talking about what aligning with or matching the vibration of your desires really means and how to actually do it. So stick around until the end to get a practical guide to manifestation that you can actually use. And be sure to subscribe wherever you're listening so you never miss an episode. And if you're on YouTube, please like and or comment on the video to let the algorithm know that it should show it to more people who want this type of content, because I super appreciate it. And without further ado, let's jump in. So you may have heard people say that you need to align with your desires or match the vibration of your manifestation for it to materialize. But I think this overcomplicates things and is quite frankly a really confusing way to put something that's actually pretty simple. Your desires come from your higher self and are literally a part of your soul blueprint, which we're going to start diving into on Friday's episode, and I'm super stoked about it, so stay tuned for that. But because your desires are not only meant for you, but are actually a part of you, they are not separate from you. Therefore, you're already aligned with them or a vibrational match for them at your core. I don't know why people have to make all of this so much harder than it actually is, unless, of course, they don't truly understand it themselves, or they're overcomplicating it to make money, but that would also imply they don't completely understand how it works. Because the truth is, I've been explaining what you actually need to do on pretty much every episode of this podcast, and I have complete faith that you could do it on your own if you want to. But I also know it's a hell of a lot faster and easier with guidance and support, so my free content is here for you if you don't mind taking your time and going it alone, and I offer guidance and support for those who don't want to have to figure it out on their own and want someone who understands this stuff both scientifically and spiritually to take them down the path of least resistance. But that's why I have such a problem with this nebulous, ambiguous language like, you just have to become a vibrational match for what you want. Because what the fuck does that even mean? How do you do that? Well, what it means is that you need to release any beliefs that are holding you back from manifesting what you desire and adopt new beliefs that allow you to have it. Plain and simple. Because as I've mentioned in a past episode that you should probably hit up after this one if you haven't listened to it yet, it's the frequency of your belief system that's tuning you out of the reality you desire to be experiencing right now. So here's my practical guide to manifestation. Ready? Step 1 is to identify what you want. And if you're struggling with that, first identify what you don't want anymore and flip it, because that is what the contrast of this reality is all about. So what's the opposite of what you're currently experiencing that you want to change? Because that's what you do want, right? Step 2 is to recognize what's coming up for you around why you can't have it, why you think you can't have it, what feelings are coming up, and what fears do you have around what you want. These are the false limiting beliefs, thought patterns, and stories that you have that are holding you back from manifesting it. Step 3 is to realize that these are all lies, because the objective truth is, and say it with me if you already know what I'm going to say, you are an infinite, eternal, multidimensional badass with limitless source power within you to have, do, and be anything and everything you want in this life. Step 4 is to release all those lies without judgment or attaching any feelings to them. And step 5 is to reprogram yourself for the objective truth that I stated in step 3, which, to put it another way, is that you are a unique expression of source consciousness, and your soul came here to have, do, and be all the things you desire. Otherwise, you wouldn't have those desires. And if you want to take this a step further, realize that because of the nature of the universe we live in, there is a version of you on one or more of the infinite timelines that exist in the quantum field, experiencing exactly what you desire. And all you have to do is release everything that's stopping you from actually being that version of yourself right now. And boom, you're a fucking match for that thing, whatever it is. Even if it's a healthy, mutually respectful, unconditionally loving relationship and you've never experienced that in your life so far. Remember that this is the reason your circumstances truly don't matter and only your inner state of being does. Because once you shift your consciousness enough, that's the energy everyone's always talking about shifting, by the way. You have no choice but to shift into the reality you desire. Or to be more specific, you have no choice but to become the version of you that's on the timeline where you have the things you want. You're actually shifting your consciousness into that version of yourself. But you don't have to force it. You simply have to allow yourself to release all the bullshit programming that's telling you that you can't have it. And if you want another exercise, you can always ask yourself what that version of you believes that's different than what this version of you believes that's currently holding you back, and start reprogramming your mind and thoughts for those beliefs. So if that version of you is a millionaire, for example, and this version of you is barely breaking even every month because you believe money is really hard to get and keep a hold of, what does the millionaire version of you believe about money? I know this can be really hard to get your mind around, so I'm doing a live AMA in my free community on April 22nd, 2023 at noon Eastern Time, where you can come and get all your burning questions about all of this stuff and more answered. And if you can't make it live, or you just want to be able to revisit the replay because sometimes you got to listen to something more than once to start integrating it, you can join my Mindful Manifestors membership for just $5.99 per month, which will also give you access to my special live extended AMA right after the free one, where you can even get some channeled wisdom to help you on your path, have permanent access to the one simple technique that allows you to manifest multiple desires at once as quickly and effortlessly as possible, download a special subliminal to help you remember and embody who you really are, attend members-only watch parties, and get other exclusive content no one else gets access to inside our private community. But if you want more personalized help and my undivided attention, there are other options for that as well, and you can find links to everything you need in the show notes or description box below. Be sure to join me on Wednesday, and I'll tell you all about the second Aries new moon of the year, plus the crazy powerful eclipse that's coming with it, so you can use those energies to quantum leap yourself into your highest possible timeline. And Friday, we're going to begin our deep dive into your soul blueprint and plan. because you deserve to live in a reality of freedom, fulfillment, peace, the highest joy, harmony, ease, flow, synchronicity, miracles, magic, and abundance in every aspect of your life, because that's what your soul planned for you. And I believe in you, so you should too. Much love.